All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and today we're going to be grinding out the rest of the May Spotlight Series Drop 1 program. So if you guys don't recall from yesterday, I started doing this after I completed the Ellie De La Cruz Takeover program. Sorry, there was a bug in there, or a bug on my PlayStation, and that's not something I want there. And we made pretty good progress, I gotta say. We were at 36 program stars, and or we're at 36 program stars, and we have a couple missions to complete here. We gotta get strikeouts with Twins players. We gotta get home run, and not many actually. We only need 4 more strikeouts with Twins players to be able to get this mission done, and that'll put us at 42, which means we get 5,000 XP. And then, of course, we can also get Manzardo's XP mission done, and Agnos as well. So we got plenty of options here to complete this program. So that's what we're going to focus on, and then we're going to get Kyle Stowers. I don't think that's going to take me through the rest, or that's going to take till the end of the stream. So what we do after that, I have no idea, to be totally honest with you. I mean, one option, because we do get a lot of XP from that, is we do the Cornerstone Evolution program. I don't know whether I'm going to do Ralph Kiner or Justin Turner, but sure is something to think about. So, yeah. That's what the plan is today. Oh, by the way, I got a lot more. I added a lot more packs to my collection, so we're going to be opening up those packs as well. I'm not doing the Weekend Classic, all right? It's too sweaty. I like to have fun. And before I do anything, I better change my squad. There we go. That's much better. And honestly, maybe I'll even just start with Agnos just to get his mission out of the way. You know, maybe we'll throw in a Twins pitcher somewhere here so that we could get the strikeouts with them. But really, the goal should be get Manzardo's XP mission, get strikeouts with the Twins, hopefully get home runs with the Marlins players, because that's going to be important. Good morning, SB Champ. How are ya? Yeah, normally I don't stream in the mornings like this. This is only when I'm planning on going to a Mets game like I am tonight. That is if we could even get this game in. I mean, it is supposed to rain. So we're going to play at Chip It. And we're going to start with Agnos. We're just going to... It's very rainy today. Yeah. What can you do? It's going to be rain. It's going to be raining like in about a half hour. At least up here, so...
He's out of there.
I hate it when they start off with a bunt to try to get on.
Act one. 0-1.
And who are the Phillies playing?
One and
Ooh.
two.
Agnes, what the heck? That was a hell of a sweeper. Strike 3, sit down. Cardinals. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys had
Ball.
Mason Wynn got a home run.
Hee-haw.
It was tied like 2-2, and then
No
Mason
balls,
Wynn got
2
a home
strikes.
run to put the Cardinals in front. I remember hearing about that during the Mets broadcast while they were struggling to put away the Pirates up until the sac fly that Alonso hit to win the game. That's right. Don't sleep on the Cardinals, you know? Yeah, we handled them at Citi Field in our 4-game series against them last month. But you know what? They were tough in that series in St. Louis. They took that series 2 out of 3. I mean, the Mets still took the season series, but it just sounds like to me that they would do a doubleheader either tomorrow.
Third,
Although maybe they won't do that because you guys probably no, because then the Phillies host the Pittsburgh Pirates. So maybe they would do that, but depends on if the Cardinals need to get out of Philadelphia. Wow, sorry, there's a neighbor that's outside yelling. I don't understand why. Will rain in Philly tomorrow.
Ball.
Let me see if I can. I think that MLB have been playing this game on Sunday in Cleveland.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Mike Lowell. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Terry Pendleton.
Come on, get out of here. There we go. Yes, Terry Pendleton. So that's 2 home runs right there. For Marlins, so now I'm at 3. I need 10. I mean, was I expecting miracles with Jesus Sanchez? No. All right. Yeah, listen, I get the complaint about playing a final game on the road and then having to turn around and go play, or having to turn around and the travel, and then you got to go play the next day. But my thing is that these are professional athletes and that they should be able to handle it. You know, that's these guys have been playing 162 games of an MLB season for a long time. I think ever since the MLB expanded out west, really. Ever since since the Dodgers and the Giants moved out to San Francisco and LA, and suddenly the West started opening up to teams. You know, I think that's when the the schedule really started to expand. So at this point, the athletes should be used to it. And if they're not, I'm sorry, but what are you doing playing baseball? Professional baseball.
Hike one.
Yeah, and the Mets had to play the Cardinals.
That missed. That's a ball.
It was actually
One ball,
they
two
had to
strikes.
do a double header.
Hike.
They had to do a double header on Sunday, and then on Monday they had to play in Arizona last week.
Leading off for the Wolves, the first baseman, Kyle.
So I get it.
Manzardo.
But this is, they should be able to handle it. Like I said, if they can't, then they're in the wrong sport. Nice, Sanoha. Very nice. Make that 4.
Now pitching for the White Sox, number 61.
1-0.
Now, thankfully, the Mets did get a break in between flying back from Arizona and facing off against the Chicago Cubs at home. Yes. You know, in the minor leagues, they do the what they do is they give the Monday off to allow the teams to travel by bus.
Ball.
And then they play a 5-game series or a 6-game series against their opponents. You know, I have never, I've been always one that, you know, I've always liked that idea. The idea of giving a Monday off so that teams could travel or so that teams can have a break and then they can, and then that way they can rest and then be ready for whatever series they have, a homestand, a road trip. I mean, obviously there should be exceptions. Like they should play a game on Memorial Day for sure. On Labor Day, absolutely. If July 4th ever falls on a Monday, they should play on July 4th. Sorry, I know it's the 4th of July, but
right fielder,
I just said it weird. But other than that, I really wouldn't. I would be okay with the idea of giving a Monday off so that teams can rest and either continue on with their road trip or use it as a travel day to go back home and get ready for a homestand. That's just my opinion. Of course, that would cut down the games by 162, or that would cut it down from 162. Strike 3, sit down. And you think the MLB season is what, 6 months? So if you're talking about a Monday off for 6 months, you're talking about 24 games right there. Except for the 3 that I just mentioned, which is Labor Day, Memorial Day, and then the 4th of July falls on a Monday.
0-2.
Strike 3, sit down. There's also those months that have Mondays that have 5 Mondays. So, maybe it's even more than that.
He's out. Oh, he's safe. No, ball.
I mean, I think obviously Manfred is open to ideas to improve the game,
That's a ball.
but would he approve of this that would reduce the MLB schedule? I doubt it. He ultimately wants the games to go quicker. That's his end game. That's why we've had the Ghost Runner in extra innings, why we've had pitch clocks, why we've had reviews. He wants the game to go by quicker. Essentially, he wants it to go as quickly as an NBA game does. Strike 3, sit out.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
I do too. But you have to remember, SB Champ, there was a time where games would go into the 18th and 19th inning. Well into the next day, and it's like teams have to get on. Some teams have to get on the road. They have to get to the next team. They can't be playing they can't be playing 18 or 19 inning games, especially early on in the season, when things don't really matter. If it were later in the year, then it would obviously matter because, for the Mets last year, every win counted.
It's 0-1.
Every game counted. They had to win on the final day just to be able to make it. If they lost one more game, they would have had to do a double. They would have had to win that double header against the Atlanta Braves just to make it in the playoffs. And obviously, that's not what they did.
1-1.
Yes, but that's the point of the Ghost Runner rule. And if closing pitchers are so good, they should be able to get through the inning without letting those runners score. I mean, would Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman have gotten through, or would have been able to get Ghost Runners out, or keep Ghost Runners stranded to allow their teams a chance if the Ghost Runner rule was around when they were playing? I don't know.
That's a ball.
But what I do know is that if opposing pitchers and relievers are that good, they should be able to do that and get their teams a chance to be able to score and win the game.
No, that's down. Ball.
Which they're not going to do that. No way they would agree to an international draft. I mean, think about if there was an international draft. I mean,
Nope.
then
Ball.
guys like Shohei Ohtani
One
would
ball,
just
no
end up
strikes.
not on the Dodgers. I mean, he was on the Angels, but they would just go to all the teams that are not really doing well, like the Colorado Rockies or the Chicago White Sox. See, yeah, I'm actually against an international draft. The way I see it, if teams find good players, either
Leading off for the White Sox,
in Latin
the first
America
baseman, number
or
25, Andrew
Asia or whatever.
Vaughn.
I mean, obviously, there are more than that.
And
There's
ball.
Europe, Canada.
That's foul.
Then they should do the same thing. Or they should have the same opportunities. All the teams should have the same opportunity to be able to sign them.
Hey, ha.
I think Juan Soto was a international signing as well. Juan Soto, I'm sure Acuna was as well. Strike 3, sit out.
He's out.
What about Ichiro? I think Ichiro was an international signing. So the way I see it, international free agency allows each team an equal opportunity to be able to get to be able to sign some of the best young talent that are coming up in the teams might actually agree to it if it means that players don't go to the Dodgers. Or if all the Hispanic players don't go all to the Mets. Because it seems like the Mets pick up some pretty good international free agents. I know we have one. I forget what his name is. Darn it. But everyone's been I know a lot of Met fans have been talking about him. Pena, I think his name is. Something Pena.
The center fielder, number 44, Preston Wilson.
Oh, yeah, of course. Look, let's be honest. The Dodgers have the Japanese market locked up. It makes sense. And I'm willing to admit that even the Mets have an advantage when it comes to the Latin American countries.
Now batting.
Right? We get all our best, some of our best players have come from Latin America. We definitely have an advantage when it comes to that.
Now pitching for Chicago.
Not every free agent, not every player from Latin America, comes to the Mets, but I mean, it's not like the Mets' presence in Latin America is non-existent. It is. It's very much there. But I totally get it. Like, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki, Shohei Ohtani, all on the Dodgers. I get it.
2 strikes.
And you wonder if Seattle will ever find another Ichiro Suzuki, or if the Angels will luck into another Babe Ruth Japanese or another Japanese player compared to Babe Ruth, because don't forget, they had Otani.
The right fielder, number 7, Jesus.
But not every Japanese player goes to the Dodgers or some West Coast team. I mean, Kodai Senga is on the Mets. Mets pushed hard for him. But that's international free agency for you. I should put in a Twins pitcher for the next inning.
That's foul.
Because if I do it next inning, then I have 9 strikeouts and I only need 4. Or I have an opportunity at 9 strikeouts and I only need 4 of them. So that's less than half. So the odds are better compared to if I did... Where's... Oh, there's Griffin. I was about to say, where is Griffin?
Griffin. Yes.
And what about
Ball outside.
what about that first baseman that played for Japan in the World Baseball Classic and has been talked about a lot? Nakamura or Nakamura?
Foul. Two. 0-2.
Strike 3, sit down. 1 down, 3 to go. If I have to play another Conquest game, or if I have to play a Conquest game, then I'll play a Conquest game.
1-0. Nope, ball.
Way offline. Again, I don't think a perfect game should be combined. It should be a combined no-hitter, not a perfect game.
0-2.
Strike 3, sit down. All right, only need 2 more.
Leading off for the Wolves, the first baseman, Kyle Manzardo.
Look, at the end of the day, with international free agency, each team has $5 million each to go after international free agents. Okay? That keeps it fair. Obviously, some teams have more of an advantage than others. Sure.
He's out.
But at the end of the day, each team has $5 million to go after free agents.
Ball.
And if they choose not to spend all $5 million, well, that's up to them. I don't think it carries over. I don't think you get more if you don't spend as much. I think you lose it. So spend it or lose it, I guess. Yes! Wall scraper, but I'll take it. I think that puts me at 5 with the Marlins. I'm not 100% sure on that. But actually, we could just look at the box score. So Manzardo got a, yeah, that puts me at 5. Sanoha had one, Ramirez had one, Wilson had one, and Pendleton had one. So yeah, that should put me at 5. Unfortunately, it's just not easy to hit home runs in this game. They
He's
nerfed
out.
elevation, which is a shame. I don't understand why they did that.
Hiya! 0 balls, 1 strike.
But now, if you want home runs or the best chance at home runs, it's either play in a minor league ballpark like Ship It Stadium or
No,
play
that
at
missed.
Coors
That's the
Field.
ball.
Because even Laughing Mountain Park is
Hey,
no
ha!
good. Strike 3, sit down. Laughing Mountain Park, Woods or Shield Woods,
Hee-haw!
the
0-1.
the one where the
Hit run!
what's the
0-2.
stadium that had the red wall and people were
Ball.
using a lot online?
1-2. That's inside. Ball.
What was that? Darn, I forget the name of that, but I do know it.
D-Ray!
Strike 3, sit down. So make it 4. There we go. The
Hee-haw!
Twins are done, so I don't need to worry about the Twins anymore.
No, that missed. Hiya! 1 and 2's the count.
But I still got to keep
Hit
Agnos,
right!
strike 3, sit down in the game or in the bullpen to make sure that he gets his XP. I mean, he's going to get the win. That's the good news. He's going to get the win. He's going to get some XP for the strikeouts.
The batter, number 6, second baseman, Otto Lopez. Now pitching for the White Sox.
I mean,
Number
Manzardo
63.
can still try to get as
Ken
much XP as possible.
Murphy.
Oops. Ah, come on, Manzardo.
Got in. Ball. One. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice. All right, make that 6. Sanoha with yet another home run.
Ball, that's high. Two.
what's this post from? Oh, looks like they released the players for the multiplayer program. And it's going to be Josh Hader, who was flashback when he was on the Brewers, and who's that? Rafael Palmeiro, when he was on the
Leading off for the
Rangers.
The catcher, Edgar Caro.
Hey! 0-1. Tag 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3. Sit out.
That's it out. Tag 1. 0-1.
There go my dogs. I look forward to the day when I could just put my AC in my room, and then I can just, that way I can keep my
The batter, the
room,
shortstop, Brooks Baldwin.
I can keep my window closed and not
Yeah.
have to hear the dogs barking,
No balls, 1 strike.
but it won't get too hot.
No balls, 2 strikes. That's a ball. Outside.
Oh my freaking God.
The center fielder, number 24, Michael A. Taylor.
I don't know what the hell
No, that's high. Here, what? Right 2. 1 and 2's the count.
I mean, I should close my window soon anyway, because the rain should be coming soon. In fact, it should have already been happening. They said it was like a 75% chance around noon. By the way, guys, hard out at 2. There is a hard out at 2 because I have my chiropractor's appointment at 3, or at 2:30, excuse me. Getting parallel XP with sorry, I had to yell at my dog from, never mind. He completely ignored me. Alright, so anyway, Kyle Stowers, he is done. I mean, yeah, the XP, parallel XP definitely helped there. I actually had 6 home runs, so I was 4 short on that. Alright, well, let's open up that spotlight pack and see what we get. Schneemann. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys, so thank you for tuning in. No, I'm kidding, obviously. Dang, I really thought I would make more progress. So what can I do in the meantime? I mean, crap, I didn't really think about that. I mean, I'm not doing Weekend Classic. I already established that. I guess I could do, the Showdown and get the 2 Spring Breakout gold guys that I need for, to get this guy so that I can add him to the Scott Rowland collection. But now that I think about it, I actually can finish off the voucher for Scott Rowland with the spotlight. Don't have any second half guys. Actually, I could get Lance Berkman. And Sutton is not that much either. But that's about it. It's Berkman and Don Sutton, and that wouldn't really help me. Oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, so last night I did do the Josh Young, or I did do the Diamond Quest, and I got both the recent one, this one, the one where you get you could get Ottavino and Young out of it, and I got both of them on my first attempt. I was like, wow. I can't believe my freaking luck, you know? You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and just open up some packs. Who knows? Maybe I can get something. So we'll start with these show packs. Let's sell that. 20 for Prim. Quick sell him. JP Sears is one. We sell him for 153. Ooh, gold. Nice. Probably a makeup for giving me all the commons in this pack. Would that say 780? So 779. Unless these are diamonds, they're probably gonna get sold. You know. Leave him for 37. Nothing. Quick sell him. Quick sell him because only you're asking for one more. And I know I'm hypocritical because I just put Diaz up for 8 and I'm going to get 7 out of it, whereas I sold Max Muncy or quick sold him for, for 5 stubs. Oh my freaking God. You know what? Give me 1 second here. All right, sorry about that. I just decided to go ahead and close my window. My freaking dog. I could yell at him, but I don't want to. Blake Tidwell. Got his card in the game. And of course, the freaking dog is going to come into the freaking house and start barking there. Because apparently it wasn't enough to do it outside. He has that deep howl. That's what he has, the deep howl. That's his thing. I know it's very weird to have a silver superfractor, but when I started using Iglesias, he was actually a gold, so... Eight. Excel that. Ciani, I think he's 34. Or we could put him up to 34. Excel Eugenio Suarez. No one wants these comments. Oh, what can you do about it? $270. And sell him for 33. That'll give me at least 30 subs. All these commons and bronzes that don't sell a lot, okay, or don't sell for very much, they add up. You get enough of these, you could sell them. Or you get enough of these, and you can build up a sub count, much like I have. Was it 121? Obviously, I would like to have another Bobby Witt Jr. because that'll help in terms of getting a lot of collections done. You know, like I could get the Mets done, and certainly that could get the Phillies done. But in reality, I would love to just get the I would just love to get the golds or the diamonds that I don't already have. Like, get Aaron Judge, get Ketel Marte, get Fernando Tatis Jr., I would love to do all that, but, you know, even pulling another duplicate diamond like Bobby Witt could really help me. Nice! Let's see. Maybe it's Lindor? Nope, it's Gunner. Okay, well, Gunner can help me out, too. Not in terms of the collections, but he can help me out in terms of 3, 4, 8, 3 in terms of stubs. And for pulling someone like him out of a show pack that I didn't pay for, and another freaking diamond. Holy cow. This will be Will Smith. All these diamonds add up. Wait, let me do the math in my head. So 10% is 421. So subtract that. I think that puts me really close to what it would be if I would quick sell. Hold on. I can't do the math in my head. Yeah, that would like give me 40 more stubs than what I would get if I quick sold him. All right, whatever. It's fine. You know, sometimes, hey, listen, these guys, I'm getting at these packs for free, okay? They may not be high diamonds, they may not be Aaron Judges or Bobby Witt Jr.'s or Shohei Ohtani's, but they're free. That's the thing. They're free. And free means that I haven't spent any money on them, obviously. But it also means that I'm going to add to my stub count without actually paying for these. Nope, he's a new one. 14, Jeremiah Estrada. 398. Quick sell hit or list him for 34. Same thing with Corona here. Danny Young. Poor Danny. I think he went on the IL. I think he's supposed to have surgery, which is not good. Excuse me. So I think that took him out for the rest of the year. Which, that stinks. Nice, another gold. Austin Riley. I'll work with that. Jesse Winker. Sorry, Winks. But he will come back soon. Winker. I think he only went to the 15-day IL. So he should be back soon. But that just leaves the question as to what the Mets are going to do with Brett Beatty when Winker comes back. You know, Beatty, I think, right now has shown to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I think he's been more effective at fielding third base than Vientos has. You know, obviously Beatty has had some mistakes, but Vientos, it just seems like he's not comfortable at third. So if I were the Mets, I would not be in a rush to send down Beatty again. After all, Beatty's appeal, is that he's got one more send down. Or you can send him down one more time. That or you send someone else down, but I don't know who you send down in place of Beatty. You're not going to do that to Acuna. What, do you send McNeil down? But then you lose a guy who's gonna... You're gonna lose a guy that plays multiple positions. And you need him to play center. Well, I guess you could always put Acuna in center and have Beatty play second. You could always do that. It's never easy. There's never an easy solution. I don't know. But they gotta figure out something. Personally, I don't think they should be so quick to send Beatty down. But I just don't know who they would send down in place of Beatty. Because they gotta send someone down when Winker comes back. You know what? For a couple diamond pulls in these show packs, wasn't really bad. Again, these are show packs that I earned that I got for free. So I just added to my stub total with that. Four, 33. Nice. Jake Beekman. What a waste that guy was. They could also send down a reliever, but I don't think you want to send down a reliever when you're already short on them. And you're going to need a lot of relievers. Yeah, quick sell Lodolo. 25.92 for Joe Ryan. I love when I get 2 diamonds or 2 golds out of these ball in his habit packs. Because that's just free stubs right there. $7.74. Ah. 42. No. My fault. Yeah, I might as well quick sell Jung Ho Lee. There's O'Neal Cruz. I was just talking, like wondering where was he? Like, why was he not in the lineup yesterday? I would have thought he would. Well, at the same time, I kind of understood because it's like, okay, you got a lefty in David Peterson, you probably didn't want to put O'Neal Cruz in. But at the same time, like, O'Neal Cruz has been your leadoff hitter. He's been hitting dingers. So I just would have thought that they would have kept him in. But from what I understand, he's hurt. Curtis Granderson. Could potentially get Curtis Granderson. Hold on. 100. All right, 151. There we go. Someone bought Joe Ryan. Ooh, got Diamond. Left fielder. Wyatt Einford. The recent Diamond. Was that 4217? So, hold on. Well, actually, it would be 422. Yeah, once again, another guy who I barely make more than what if I sell him, I barely make more than what I would have quick sold him. So, obviously, the headliner packs are the ones that have the best odds of getting a diamond here. $38, 91. I mean, I guess what I could do is I could just finish up on some of the Conquest maps that I haven't finished up on. Darn, I was hoping for... Okay. I was hoping for a gold, or not a gold, a diamond. 5. Nah, I might as well quick sell him. Alright, that's all the packs that I had. Not bad. Got a couple diamonds out of them, just not ones that I really would have liked to have. So yeah, we could do the Say Connects for the D-backs, and we could do the Say Connects for the Marlins. That might be a good way to end this off. Let me just put in my main squad here. You could see that I made some changes, like Babe Ruth is now in right field for me. No longer Jose Bautista. You may also notice that Joe Morgan is my DH, no longer Mike Trout. That is because both of them are super fractured, so therefore they are no longer... I'm done with them. I also put in Mike Mussina for Jake Arrieta, so he's done. And now it's just a matter of working on Griffin Jacks, I suppose. Or whoever really gets the better shot at being super fractured next as a pitcher. So, but yeah, that's my lineup. Got to take advantage of this double parallel XP because it ends at 2 p.m. Eastern. I think we'll do the Marlins. Nice. Implanter's pack, I'm all for that. Good. Hold on, I may. Nah. Nope, that's All-Star, so. I refuse to play on All-Star. Like, I'll play on Veteran. Veteran is much easier. So, do Mike Mussina again. Let's see if I can earn some more parallel XP.
Hey. 0-1.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Hey.
So I swing at the pitch that is not a strike, but I check swing at the one that isn't. Sometimes I don't make sense in this game. I do not make sense.
Hey. 0-1's the count. Ball.
There we go. Babe Ruth with the base hit.
Hey. 0-1.
Sorry, I heard a fly in my room. Actually, it might be a bee that's outside my window. It's fine. Whatever.
Ball, that's out.
Hey, good win for the Mets last night. You know, should have had it in the ninth inning. You know, you would have hoped that Braziban would have closed it out, but there's a reason why Braziban is not. He is clearly not a closer. Okay, he's more of a middle relief guy, and that's fine. Like, he has actually excelled for the Mets in that role. But we needed him last night because Diaz pitched 2 innings against the Cubs on Sunday. And obviously I guess we didn't have anyone else. I need to seriously understand why it's so hard for Carlos Mendoza to not go with. Why it's so hard for Mendoza to let him try to lock it down in the ninth inning. Like I need I need to understand. He was key for the Mets when Diaz went down with his injury, and we traded away Robertson. Like, Garrett was key for the Mets to get some close wins in 23, although they were few and far in between. But they were important.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ball. Ball, that's in.
Strike 3, sit out. Up, someone's a little bit far off first base. Better throw over and make sure they're not going to steal on me.
Runner!
There we go.
Ball, that's just out.
Ooh, that was close. If they had been a step slower, I might have gotten them.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 62, George
Nice, Vaughn.
Otto. Batting 8th, the second baseman, Tommy Edman.
You know, what sucks about going on vacation is I'm not going to be able to play MLB The Show for a couple weeks. It's like, yeah, I knew that. I knew that coming into going into the vacation, that I wasn't going to take my PS5 with me.
The third baseman, number 2, Alex.
But still, it sucks. Especially since I'm going to miss out on a lot of progress. You know, by the time I get back, there's going to be come the XP reward path. Like, that's why I got to get as much in as possible. Get it in now while I still can, because for 2 weeks, that's not going to happen. Now, the good news is that there are going to be programs and new additions to Diamond Dynasty that are going to allow for me to be able to catch up. So, the downside is I miss out on a lot while I'm away. But the upside is when I do return, there's going to be so much content to MLB The Show that I'm not going to have any problem, catching up or having any problem trying to figure out stuff to stream. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to stream. Nice, Morgan. All right, well, save is now out of the question.
Now batting, the right fielder, Babe Ruth.
But that's okay. Oops.
No, you're out.
No, he's safe.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Attaboy, Alonso. Ooh, I do need to...
The center fielder, number 3.
I need to put my phone on charge. Because I can't have it die before I get to Citi Field. Otherwise, I'm not getting home. Nice, Merrill. You win homer? I'll take that. Take that all day, every day.
For the Marlins,
Yeah, I was at 48%.
Calvin.
Let's see, an hour and a half. Maybe I can get that up to 90 before I gotta go to my chiropractor's appointment. Hopefully my chiropractor will tell me exactly why my back has been hurting. I mean, he told me it was probably internal bruising, but I don't know. This back pain has been lasting for a lot longer, and I would have figured that by now the bruising would have gone down and I would have been, fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm in complete pain, but I could definitely still feel it, for sure.
Jesus. Tinoco.
Definitely have to make some adjustments for when I do my
Now back.
when I go to sleep.
Trey
Like,
Turner.
can't really sleep normally. All right, Musina. Probably gonna close it out for us, so
All ones the count.
quick second inning, and then hopefully quick third inning, and then we're done with the Marlins. But then we gotta do we gotta go up against the Yankees and the Braves. Strike 3, sit out. But this is why double parallel XP is so important. Strike 3, sit down.
All one. Eight, two.
Oh, who's my sister? Some silly meme that honestly I didn't really get a laugh out of it.
0-1. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Had a boy Joe Morgan. Dang, that was a shot. Second deck. Really? That's his first home run? That's his first home run. Offline.
Hey, 2. 0-2 is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Oh well, so at least we added one more. One more run. give Mike Messina even an even bigger lead to work with. Nice. Strike 3, sit down.
Yeah. 0-2.
Strike 3, sit down.
The batter number 9, shortstop Xavier Edwards.
Ball 1. Hey.
Strike 3, sit down. All right, that's Miami's stronghold right there. Dominating win, to say the least. Merrill, Edman, Morgan, Veritek each had a home run. Sure, there were more than that. But Babe Ruth is now up to tier 3, so good to see that. Ooh, got some socks. I think that's from one of the legacy programs, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And we're just going to get as close as we can to the Yankees. Good. I just want to go check out the legacy. Oh, it was runs scored. That's what it was. Okay, well, I know I could go to my legacy, and if I get 2, which I do, voila, I get the pencil skin bat. And you know how people love that bat. Or that bat skin, excuse me. Yes, I'm going to be able to play on veteran against the Yankees. I saw the injury that happened to Anthony Volpe in, I guess it was last night's game. Yeah, that sucks. It looks like it was a really painful injury. Honestly, I don't think I would doubt he's coming back this season.
Got him.
I mean, it sucks too. You'd hate to see an injury like that, especially to a young player like Volpe. You know, I know he's a Yankee, so this is weird of me to say that. But when my Mets go up against the Yankees, I want the Yankees to be at full strength. I want them to put their best lineup out there. That way, if the Mets beat them, you know, then Yankees don't have any excuses for why they lost to the Mets.
No, foul ball.
But now people can look at this and say, well, we didn't have Anthony Bolt. Unfortunately, the Mets and Yankees are going to play when I'm going to be on vacation. So, and I'm not going to be able to pay attention to some of those games, like the strike 3 sit out. Like some of the games that I'm going to are around the same time that the Yankees and Mets games are going to be. So, and I don't want to be listening to the Mets-Yankees game while I'm watching another game. The whole point of me going on this MLB stadium tour is so that I can watch good baseball, or I can watch a baseball game and not have a vested interest in it. Strike 3, sit out. So, only way I'm going to be able to listen is if I'm driving at night, which I'm not going to be. In fact, a lot of these places I'm not even going to... I'm only going to drive in once, and then that's it. I'm not taking the car until strike 3, sit down. I'm not taking the car out until I
now pitching for the New York Yankees.
Until I check out.
Number
Excuse me.
63.
I don't know why that was hard for me to say.
Home one's the count.
That's good.
That's out.
Come on.
Oh.
Top of these. Ground out and all that. Now, as far as what I expect from the stadium when I do, or the stadiums when I do go there,
Safe.
what I'm ultimately looking for is what kind of an experience I'm going to have at these stadiums. You know, overall, I guess it's going to be a comparison to Citi Field. Like, to me, yes, obviously I'm biased as a Mets fan, and Citi Field is going to be my favorite stadium, but it's more than just because I'm a Mets fan. It's because when you go to Citi Field, all right, you really get a good experience, okay? There's an area where all the kids can go and they can do their activities. There's also a place where adult fans can go and they can, you know, try their luck at some activities as well. If there's going to be good food, you know,
Here you go.
what's the area around the ballpark like? You know, I just want to experience. That's all I want. And then I'll rate it. I'll be like, okay, this is what I liked about Citizens Bank Park. This is what I didn't like about it. Here's how it compared to Camden Yards or Nationals Park or all of that.
You
You know, some of these stadiums are not within walking distance of me, so I'm also going to have to park. I know Truist Park, and this is kind of what turns me off of Truist Park. They don't have they have parking that's close by, but it's paid parking, and obviously the closer you are to the stadium, the more you have to pay. So I remember both times that I went to Truist Park with my dad, we both had to he had to park a long ways away just so that we can pay for cheap parking, but we had to walk quite a ways. It was a very long walk, and I don't want to do that.
0-2. Nope.
You know, do I expect that there's going to be, you know, $40 parking or whatever? Yeah. But that's why some of these for some of these ballparks that I'm visiting, oh, by the way, strike 3, sit down. You know, some of them I made sure that I was very close to the stadium so that it was within walking distance.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, the one thing I kind of want to avoid is any kind of shootings outside the ballpark. If you guys recall strike 3 sit down from many years ago, there was a shooting outside Nationals Park. I think this was 2019. You know, when the Nationals were going on their amazing run to the World Series, and there was a shooting right outside the stadium. Obviously, I want to avoid something like that.
Now pitching for the New York
God,
Yankees,
Devin Williams.
number 38.
Pete Alonso is waiting for you, Williams. He's awaiting.
Nope, that's foul. Ball 1.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped my controller.
Ball. 1, no strikes. Two balls, 1 strike.
Oh, weird. It hasn't rained. I hope it's not going to rain later. I don't want to get out to Citi Field and have it raining, and then all of a sudden I have to. The game is postponed.
Nope. Ball 4.
You know, that's exactly why I'm avoiding buying my tickets now
0-1.
for any of the games that I plan on going to, at least until the day of or the night before. You know, SB Champ was just telling me yesterday that it was supposed to rain in Philadelphia on Friday, and that's when I plan on going to the Phillies-Pirates game there. But he did say that it was supposed to end before first pitch.
Hey, he beat it.
Attaboy Merrill.
33, Jason Barrett.
So maybe the game can be played. I don't know.
That's a ball.
I certainly hope it can, because I can't go to the game. I can't go to it on Saturday. I got to be in Baltimore.
Now batting, left fielder Ryan Braun.
But I guess we'll see. Nice. I would have sent them, but obviously the runner on first was
Now
waiting
batting, second baseman Tommy Edman.
to see what happened.
Ball. 1-0. Hey! 1-1. Ball 2.
Sorry, I'm looking at a video online of a mom who posted her son playing Little League Baseball, and he got a double, so he was excited about that, and he decided to imitate the Mets rally. Or their
Now
little
batting,
celebration,
the third
the
baseman, Alex Bregman.
that
Now pitching
when
for
they
the New York Yankees, number 57. Scott
when they get a
Evans.
hit. So that's what I was cracking a smile about. Just like, little leaguers imitating the big leaguers always brings a smile to my face.
Foul ball.
What's up, O-Town? How are ya? Yes, sir. Let's go Mets. Hopefully they get this game in tonight. You were last there Friday? So obviously I'm going tonight, and I was there, what was it, 2 Tuesdays ago when they went up against the Phillies? I'm actually 4-0, or I was 4-0 in April in terms of games attended. So I'm looking to keep it going tonight.
Hey!
Yes, I'll try. It's all about how the Mets handle Andrew Heaney. I think. I think that's who's pitching tonight. Yep, Kodai Senga. He gets the nod tonight, so that's gonna be fun. I wish I had gone yesterday because I would have loved to have seen Paul Skeens pitch. I'm not going to see him in Philadelphia when I go later this week. He's going to be on that rest, so unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm hoping to at least catch him in Pittsburgh. That's my hope. But I guess I'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah! 0-2 is the count.
Because that's not for 2 weeks.
Hey!
Let's go, Franco.
Ball. That's inside.
Oh, it's Keller? Oh, I thought it was Heaney.
He's out.
Oh, all right. Well, they better hit him tomorrow. Or at the very least, destroy Mitch Keller tonight. I mean, Mitch Keller is a tough pitcher. I know he hasn't had that great of a season so far, but never underestimate him. Darn. Ooh, that took a bigger chunk than I wanted. That one did too. What the heck? Alright, well, hopefully I can have enough here to be able to play on veteran. It looks like I do, so that's a good thing. And keep going to Mike Mussina. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going all night long. They want me to upgrade my ticket. No thanks. Because upgrading my ticket means I gotta pay for that ticket. And I like that I got free tickets. I got a free ticket. Hey, if they didn't want to give away free tickets, they shouldn't have done the Mets Connect program. That's all I'm saying. It is. I absolutely love it. You know, I feel like the rewards should be better.
Runner, runner, runner.
But overall, it's great. Well, except the thing is, I'm thinking about using 10,000 points to get free tickets to Post Malone's big ass country tour in June. I'm thinking about spending 10,000 points to get free tickets to that. Although that's up in the 500 section, so I know when I was at the Zac Brown Band concert at Citi Field, that was great, and I was field level. I did pay like $80 for it, but it was such a great time for me that $80 honestly didn't even matter. You may need me to pinch hit. No, dude, I have trouble just catching up to 50-mile-per-hour pitches. I did a batting cage once, and I got up to 50 miles per hour, and that's where I couldn't really hit. So they would eat me alive. No, I did not. I did not play for the green and white. Nope. Exactly. I announced.
Now pitching for the Braves, Number 93.
Come on. Keith Rad is a good radio announcer.
Santos.
I like him. All right, well, I guess, but look, someone's got to take over for Howie Rose at some point. Okay, that's just the reality. And right now, Keith Rad is in prime position to do it. You liked Gary and Girardi on Roku the other day?
Alex Bregman.
Wayne Randazzo. No way. He's not turning down the money that Apple TV Plus is paying him.
Aye.
No way.
0-1's the count.
I wonder why they got rid of the Rad Report before games. Why'd they get rid of that? Yeah, exactly. So why he's got TV announcing jobs, so why would he turn that down just to return to the Mets as a radio guy?
Aye.
Probably makes way more money
0-1.
doing TV stuff for the Angels and Apple TV Plus.
Aye.
Plus, at least he gets some Mets games.
0-2's the count. Three.
Not if the Angels have him doing TV. Or do they still have him on the radio? Frank the Tank. You would put Frank the Tank on radio over Keith Rad.
Yeah. 0-1's the count.
Wow.
Nope, that's a ball. 1-1.
Okay, me, I would understand. Because I actually have radio experience. And I did call some Long Island Ducks games. Strike 3, sit out. So I do have some experience, but no way they would let me do
Number 49. Aaron.
no way they would let me do radio for the Mets. But I will say, if I ever get that job, I'm never leaving it. I'm just going to be like, put that casket in the radio booth with me, because that's the only way that I am leaving that booth, is I'm dying. I'm dying in that booth as the announcer.
Aye.
I mean, that's one of my dream jobs for sure. Obviously, I'd like to be an announcer for NASCAR, specifically calling the Daytona 500. I would love to do that. If I could call a World Series game, that would be amazing to me.
2 balls, 1 strike.
If I could call a Mets World Series game, that would be amazing, or that would be even more amazing.
Timeout.
And
That ball
if
now
I
is over.
call
Ground roll
the
over.
Mets winning the World Series, I'm sorry, God might as well strike me down
Ball.
right then and there.
1-0.
Was my home run call?
2 balls, no strikes.
Oh, that. Oof. I mean, I have a strikeout call, but I don't have a home run call. I never really thought about it.
Got him, that's an out.
Yes, sir. Strike 3, sit down. Unfortunately, Pete Alonso there was slow as crap and couldn't get that ball, or couldn't get to that ball. Or couldn't get to second before getting thrown out.
Hey.
You'll talk to Cohen? Well, maybe I start in Brooklyn. Yeah, maybe. Cyclones ought to be fun. Then spring training. I will say, I don't know if you heard
No
Daniel
balls, no
Murphy's
strikes.
commentary during the Nationals series. I gotta say, I didn't like Murphy as a commentator. I didn't like him because he just sounded like no personality. Like no energy. He was kind of low key, and it was just boring to me. Like the baseball's insight, I
Ball
get
one,
that,
count.
but at the same time, the energy
Check
was not
outside.
there. Maybe he wasn't comfortable, and
Ball
that's
two.
fine, but I have a feeling that the Mets are
Ball hit now.
grooming Murphy to replace Hernandez. I mean, I could definitely see that happening. That or David Wright. Like, to me, David Wright
Pitching to the
has a
plate,
personality. So if he
number
would love to
62.
do announcing for the
Bell.
Mets, I would be all for that.
Hernandez.
But I don't think he wants to do that. I think he's very happy in California with his family and everything, that I just don't think he wants to do that. But I think he would be a great announcer. And see, that's what would make him great as a commentator. Because he could look at a player and say, okay, this is what this Mets player is doing well. Here's what they could be doing better. It's like what Keith and Ron are doing. They're providing their insight to how players can be better. You know, they're saying, oh, you know, he's gripping this ball this way, so, or he's his follow through on his windup. You know, he really tries to get as low as he can. You know, they give insight like that actually makes you notice that kind of stuff. And then once you start noticing it, then you can't stop noticing it until they actually fix it. Like, I really do hope the Mets players go back and they listen to these broadcasts. Lane Laza? Who's Lane Laza? Oh, Reyes.
Counts 1-0.
Yeah, maybe. He hasn't really been around the Mets. He really hasn't been around them for a while. Not to mention, there might be some beef between him and Wilpons for the way that they handled his free agency. So I don't think... I think Reyes is fine with attending Mets games. I just don't think he wants to work for SMY, considering that I think his relationship with the Wilpons, who still own SMY, is kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? It's on the rocks. Well, that's not really a word. That's more of a phrase, but... I don't know. It just didn't seem like that Reyes was very happy with the Wilpons. And I don't think he wants to work for them as SMY. But with that being said, from what I hear, SMY is considering a sale. Like, the Wilpons are considering selling SMY, which I'm all for that. I don't think the new ownership would change SMY in terms of the commentators for the Mets. Strike three, sit out. Ooh, excuse me. But I don't know how the rest of the show, how the rest of the programming would really change. But I mean, someone like David Wright, I could see him doing Mets games. on and off showers tonight. Mets will play. Hey, I'm all for that. And there we go. Marlins map is done. And I got 1,000 stubs. Love it. It just means that me going out to Citi Field is not gonna be a waste of time for tonight, you know? I don't think I'm gonna be able to play on, yeah. I didn't think I could play on veteran. But I know I could play on veteran for the next game. So that's good. Go with Musina again. I mean, Bartolo Colon, maybe he would be a decent announcer for the Mets as well. I'm on vacation, O-Town. I mean, he would definitely be funny. I would definitely enjoy his entertainment. Yep. It's part of my 5 MLB Stadium tour that I'm doing. So, although technically I'm going to be at Citi Field, so technically it's 6. But today or Friday, I'm going to be in Philadelphia. Then Sunday, I'm going to be in Baltimore.
Nope, that's a ball.
And then I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, most likely, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. Friday, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh. And then I'm going to end the trip on Monday at Progressive Field in Cleveland. So, and then I'm going to come home. Yeah, exactly. Now, see, I've actually heard, I got a review from a friend who was just there at Nationals Park, and he said the park was very unimpressive. Like, there was really nothing spectacular about it. He said that visiting Washington, D.C. is great and all, but he said the park itself, not really that impressive. So my expectations are kind of low.
He's out.
Obviously, I am not wearing any Mets stuff while I'm in Philadelphia. Okay, I do not want to die. Especially when I don't have any protection. Like, if I went during a Mets-Phillies game, at least I would have other Mets fans there to kind of have my back. So that the Philly fans didn't really mess around with me much. But going there and not having any Mets fans to back me up, I mean, Philly fans are going to absolutely eat me alive if they hear I'm a Mets fan. So I got to go undercover. I gotta pull a,
Hey, two. On two.
I gotta pull a Bobby Valentine. Wear a mustache and some glasses,
Three.
sunglasses, and just do it that way. Like, who is next JG Gen 24? I'm Bob. Uh,
Three.
strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for the
All right, we
Dynasty,
need to get a run in here.
number 18, Shelby Miller.
Yep, that ball went out.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay, Tommy Edmond, okay. I can assure you, you're not at risk of losing your job to Joe Morgan.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
No, but I'm excited about the trip. Yes.
Number 63.
Yep. I like that stuff wide open, right in there. As close as I can get it.
Oh, two is the count.
You need tips for moving PCI? Dang, I was really hoping to hold up there. What do you mean? Like, you want what I have right now?
Ball one. Ball one, no strike.
I could show you my settings. Oh, neither do I. Neither do I. I mean, right there, I didn't get the middle of the PCI on it.
Now pitching, Griffin Jack.
I mean, batting practice always helps. You know, whatever pitch you're struggling with, feel free to do that. Go to batting practice, get that pitch,
That's a ball.
have it in a specific zone to start out so that you can see it, and then have it be random so that you can look for it. Strike 3, sit down, and you can follow it. Now, me personally, I prefer using the outer rings of the PCI as opposed to the inner rings. Like, I don't even use inner at all
There you go.
because inner just makes it seem smaller. And thus now I feel like I have to put the ball or put the PCI on the... I have a smaller window to put the PCI on the ball. Whereas if I were just using the outers like I am, then I have a bigger window to be able to see the ball. So that's why I always use outer instead of inner for the PCI. Oh, by the way, strike 3, sit out. Strike 3, sit out. Attaboy, Griffin Jacks. Yeah, of course. Of course. In fact, I could probably do that right now. Presentation? No. Gameplay. Uh, yeah, I don't do any inner at all. And some people like to use wedge when they do inner or outer. I personally like basic. Yeah, no problem. I also do an opacity of 70%, and I also make sure that fade out is off. I don't want any fade out at all. I also do yellow because it's just easier to see for me. 70%. Because if it were 100, then it's too bright and I can't see it. So for me, 70% is like the middle, where I can see it, but yet it's not too bright where I can't see it. And that should be it. Yeah, there's really nothing else to it. Okay. Best of luck with it. I know it's been working for me. I've been using this for many years. So I like it. Yeah, see, with timing and directional hitting, while that's good for like basic stuff, if you want more, it doesn't really give you a lot of control. So you're kind of on your own, basically, when it comes to that. So you're really relying on a lot of luck here to be able to get a. Oh, you also play on the Nintendo Switch? That makes sense. But I really do feel like zone hitting gives you the best. Gives you the most control for batting. Again, that's just my opinion, but these are batting tips that I got from Kooks46 when he was on YouTube. Obviously, he's on Twitch now, but his batting tips really helped me out. You tried zone sit. I mean, it takes a lot of practice. Believe me, it took me a long time to get zone hitting down. But once I did get it down, then I became an instantly better player. So it takes a lot of practice. If you need some practice, I always recommend just doing a play now. And, playing on rookie, that way you could get used to it. Absolutely. Zone hitting gives you the most control for your, it gives you the most control when it comes to hitting. Like, you can actually move the PCI and be able to put it on the ball for a better
0-1.
For a better outcome. It gives you more control. If you want, because I just showed my settings to O-Town. I could definitely show you too, SB champ.
Got him.
Because these settings, these are the ones that I use, and these, I mean, they work for me personally, but I feel like they're pretty basic that you can make changes to whatever you feel like. So here, let me show you my settings. So I go with zone. My swing input is buttons. I don't do analog. I stay away from that. Guess pitch, I really don't do that anyway. When you're using zone hitting, guess pitching doesn't really matter, in my opinion. My PCI anchor is the preset. You know, I don't really use PCI anchor anyway. So for my PCI center, what I do is the circles. I know a lot of people or a lot of players use they use the diamonds, and that may be better, but I just like the circles. I don't use any inner at all, okay, because I like the outer. The outer gives me a bigger window to see through in terms of seeing the ball. And for my outer, I use basic, okay? Some people use wedge, which I used to use for a long time. I felt like it was too small. Or it made the window smaller than what I really wanted. So, you know, for me, outer, pretty basic. I go with the color yellow because I think that's easier to see, but totally up to you. I mean, there's red, there's blue, there's green. So feel free to experiment with whatever settings you want. I also do opacity at 7% or 70%. That way I could see it, or to me that I could see it. And I don't do any fade out. I want my PCI there throughout the pitch.
0-1's the count.
Oh no. Mussina, what have you done? You gave up a 2-run homer to Aaron Judge. Oh no. Well, I was hopeful that maybe I could get the Rangers game in before I had to log off. But if I don't win this game, then I can forget about that. If that's the case, then I'll just finish the Conquest map off stream. Because there's no point in me leaving part of it on stream, or there's no point in me grinding a part of it on stream.
Out.
That is it. The center fielder.
What up, TJ Plays? How are ya?
Merrill.
Oh my gosh. Not looking too good.
One 0. Two 1.
And they're going to go right to Luke Weaver, so...
Hey! 0-1.
Look, I never said that I was going to be perfect on veteran. I'm sure I've lost a number of games on veteran,
He's out.
but you know, it's just easier than playing on All-Star for sure.
Hey.
I know Musina's tired. But I want him to at least get a no decision. So he needs to stay. I mean, I could take him out of the game
0-1's the
and
count.
then just
Foul ball.
replace him with someone else. And as long as I score the 2 runs, then
Outside. That's the ball.
Musina is gonna be fine. I guess I just want to leave Musina in there in case we do eventually. Not only do we tie the game, but we could possibly take the lead, and then he could get the win.
Ah. 0-1. Out.
All right, here we go. Last chance.
Pitching for the New
Luke
York
Weaver's
Yankees,
in.
number 30, Luke Weaver.
And Ryan Braun is just going to fly out to right. Great. So in all likelihood, the next game that I play is probably going to be my next. All right.
He's out.
Whether it's against the Yankees, which it likely will be, or it's against the Texas Rangers.
Aye.
Boy,
No ball. 2 strikes.
not being patient at all. Oh, come on. I did hold up. I know I crossed the plate, but come on. That's why we got to be careful when we pitch to Aaron Judge. He's just too good. At least Jason Varitek is super factored, so now I can swap him out for someone else. Give me 1 second here. Let's see, who can I put in for him? Dang. I guess it's going to have to be Augustine Ramirez. Yeah, it's going to have to be Augustine. That or I could do Cal Riley. I mean, he might end up being a diamond, so... Yeah, why not give Cal Riley a shot? Wait, don't I have a catcher on... Yeah, but he's not... Yeah. Yeah, he could even go above Pete Alonso and above Babe Ruth. I never thought I would see the day where I would put someone, a live series player, above Babe Ruth. That is insane to me. All right, well, I could still play on veteran against the Yankees, so that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully this time I'll avoid giving up a home run to Aaron Judge. Oh, they just released the 1,000 the players who are going to be 1,000 for a 1,000 rating. Oh no! Oh no!
Leading off for the Wolves,
Son of
the
a
shortstop, Trey Turner.
son of a gun! I can't believe that.
Out.
Well, now I have a reason to grind ranked and go for World Series because Pedro Martinez is the reward for World Series in ranked. Crap, and it's the Mets version. Hey, look at that, a base hit. I don't think I got a base hit in the last game. So yeah, that probably screwed me not having any base hits. That or I can just wait for the next ranked seasons program
Runner, runner.
and just get the World Series rewind pack, and then that way I could get Pedro. If they're even going to do that, that's the thing. I don't know if they're going to do that or not.
No. Hey.
Oh, squad. Now get back. Darn it, Cal Riley. You had one frickin' job. Now we're not even going to get it. So thank you. Thank you for a waste of time. Instantly regretting my decision. You know, I think I'm going to take the bus into New York City today. Yeah, that means that I basically have to take the 7 line straight from Port Authority, but you know, it's better than doing Long Island Railroad.
Aye.
And plus, I'm going to be off for a couple weeks, so I should actually take advantage of the fact that, you know, I'm going to have some extra money, so I should buy a round trip bus ticket. I got to check with my I got to check how much is on my account.
Aye.
Unless they decide not to. No, they should fill it. because I did work this past week. Strike 3. Sit down.
He's out.
50th strikeout for Mike Mussina.
Now pitching for the New York Yankees, number
Fernando
63,
Cruz.
Fernando Cruz.
0-1's the count. Aye. No ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
Right. What?
0-1.
That did not look like he went to me. Boy. I might regret this, but I really want to get Mussina the win. Okay. If it comes back to bite me in the butt, so be it.
Aye. No ball, 2 strikes. That's outside.
Strike 3. Sit down. Wow, that sinker really missed.
Nope. That's inside. Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3. Sit down.
Inside, ball 1.
Come on, Mussina. Just one more strike. I know you got it in you.
That's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3. Sit down. All right, so no excuses anymore. It's either we get the lead and we get Mussina the win, or he gets a no decision and we try to force it to extras.
0-1's the count.
I didn't think the Yankees would be this tough on veteran. But then
1 ball, 1
again,
strike.
D-backs, like, I only beat them because I hit the walk I hit the solo shot. Oh, excuse me. I try to be patient, and that's what I get. I'm really cutting it close here.
0-2 is the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Two the count. The count's full.
Nope, that's probably going to get caught. Oh, no, it's not. It's a home run. Holy mackerel, I did not think that was actually going to get out. Look at my PCI. There's no way it should have gotten out. I'll take it, though. It landed in the bullpen. There's no one throwing it back. Calm down, Yankee fans. Calm down. Ooh, I better get this in. This is, double parallel XP is about to end soon. I have less than 3 minutes now.
Now pitching. John.
So if I want to get double parallel XP with Mike Messina here, better do it now. Or not, wow. John Franco, that's who I meant. Wow, how do I confuse John Franco for Mike Messina? Strike 3, sit down. It'd be nice if these Yankees could help me out by hitting ground balls or flyouts. I would make this go by really quickly.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. All right, got it with less than 2 minutes to spare. But I better get back to the main menu to make sure that it counts. Whew. All right, Mike Messina with 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. And he gets up to tier 4. Beautiful. That's what I was hoping for. All right, so the last thing I'll do here is just get as many territories as I can. Set myself up for when I play the Texas Rangers later tonight. When I get back from the Mets game. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTV Next JG 24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream. And just like that, the Weekend Classic is over. Another Weekend Classic where I literally did nothing. But yeah, this was great. We got the May Spotlight Drop 1 program done. We were able to get the Marlins City Connect Conquest map done. And by the time I see you guys tomorrow, the Arizona Diamondbacks map or their City Connect Conquest map is going to be done. So, where that leaves me is, I think it's like 4,500 XP or something like that I get for completing the map. Yeah, 4,500, which is it's not gonna put me at enough to be able to get the next Cornerstone Evolution program. So I may have to play another game tonight, and then I'll unlock either Justin Turner or Ralph Kiner. I don't know which one yet. I'll think about it as I when I get back tonight. But yeah, whatever player that I end up going with for their program, that's the one we're gonna grind. We're gonna grind their Cornerstone Evolution program for tomorrow. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.